So, ladies and gentlemen, we got some more patch notes. So, first and foremost, they added Trapper to Hero Labs, added support for Hero Labs in private lobbies, private games, so you can play it whenever you want to. Trapper is an interesting character. They added Quick Buy. You can now right-click items at the shop to add them to your Quick Buy menu. A very nice quality of life change that should have already probably been in the game, but this is always nice. Shaders and maps and various other resources will now pre-compile, so you can load into games easier and your FPS won't be as bad. Visual indicators added a recent purchase log to shop that displays all items bought by players during a match, so you can get a better understanding of what you're buying. They added support for the new Steam game recording that they added. You can skip these, not necessary. This is just quality of life. Hero stats on the left side of the HUD are now hidden by default and can be viewed by holding Alt or Tab. I liked it always being shown rather than hidden. Bots will more aggressively attack the shrines and patron when pushing into the enemy space. That's a very good change. Fix being able to briefly gain regen when crossing the veil of an enemy fountain. That's a good change. Most of these are just fixes. New effects for viscous melee, so that's something to watch out for when you try to parry. Added new zipline animations for Vindicta. Sandblast distance and AoE read improvement, so they fixed the spelling with the Sandblast. Rename mouse wheel to chat wheel so you can type better. Now let's actually look at the missed gameplay. Troopers no longer change soul sharing rules after laning phase ends, meaning two heroes don't split souls. Troopers no longer increase their bounty by 20% at 8 minutes. Hero kill gold increased from 150 to 1400 to 175 to 2000 from 0 minutes to 45. Okay, that's good. So it allows killing players actually has a better effect. Troopers now take 28% more damage from guardians. Walker's damage versus players increased by 10%. That's a good change. Guardians will now focus their attack on enemy players when shoots guardian. Okay, so this is a very good change. This prevents diving enemy players, enemy laners. This is a change that I'm surprised they never had. So basically, if you attack an enemy hero under the Guardian, you'll be prioritized rather than the minions, so you can't just die under tower. Then they moved 8 neutral camps, 4 on each side from outside the outer lanes, between the walkers 2D, and between the outer lanes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense. So they're easier to find. You don't have to go to Narnia to fight them. Added cosmic veils to the ground floor entrance to the meta diagram vision looking in. Minor adjustments to respawn curve. Walker armor loss over time now appears at 16 minutes instead of 14. That's good. Trooper spirit resist goes 30% instead of 40. That's also good. They redesigned the warehouse, as you can see, and more base updates. New hotel building. Change the exit location from the player spawn area to the rest of the base. That's also a good change. Now comes the big changes, weapon changers. So close quarters no longer grants plus 85 bullet shield, now grants plus 5% bullet resist. That's a very good change. Restorative shot no longer grants plus 7% bullet resist, and now grants plus 90 bullet shield. Restorative shot now procs on orb shots for NPC heal value. That's pretty cool. That's a cool change. Melee charge no longer grants plus 1 HP regen. Melee charge weapon damage reduced from 12% to 10. Long range weapon damage reduced from 40 to 30% for long range. Long range now grants plus 10% weapon damage. That's a pretty big number, pretty big value indicator. Berserk bullet resist increased from 7 to 9. Good change. Active reload now grants plus 50 health. Slowing bullets spirit power increased from 5 to 6. They're trying to make you buy this a lot more. Sharpshooter long range weapon damage reduced from 70 to 50%. A great change. Sharpshooter now grants plus 20% weapon damage to try to account for this change here. Alchemic Fire now grants +1 spirit, which it probably already should have because you're throwing fire. Heroic cooldown reduced from 32 seconds to 25. Intensifying mag time to reach max damage reduced from 3 to 2.7. Toxic Bulge damage changed from 5% of current health to 2.5 of max health. Interesting change. Shadow Weave detection range increased from 18 to 2 meters, so you can be seen a lot easier. Glass Cannon health loss reduced from 15 to 12. Frenzy low HP bullet resist increased from 45 to 55. A Gird change, Lucky Shot fix it, causing procs on enemies to roll twice whenever it proceeds. Silencer now grants +12% spirit. Vampiric Burst cooldown reduced from 34 to 30 seconds. Again, great change. Now Vitality, extra health, weapon damage increased from 6 to 7. Healing Right duration increased from 19 to 20 until the health restored unchanged. Bullet armor, bullet resist increased from 25. Return fire duration reduced from 7 to 6. Healing Nova now grants +6% ability range. That's an interesting change. Combat Barrier fire rate increased from 6 to 7. Debuff reducer health increased from 75 to 125. Heal Bane healing reduction increased from -40 to -45. Reactive Barrier restores 1 stamina on proc. That's cool and pretty unique. Spirit Armor spirit resist increased from 20 to 22. Divine Barrier no longer grants +8% ability range, now grants +6 spirit. Interesting. Restorative Lock no longer grants +5 spirit power, it now grants +25% melee resistance. Again, interesting change. Metal Skin no longer blocks melee damage. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I think it should still grant against... I don't know. I think this is okay, but you just have to see how it goes. Debuff Remover, debuff resistance increased from 35 to 40. Cooldown reduced from 48 to 45. Veil Walker, ammo increased from 12 to 15. Weapon damage increased from 10 to 15. Fortitude health increased from 365 to 400. But resist increased from 8% to 10, so Rebirth removed from the game. That's a big change. That's interesting. I wonder why. Inhibitors slow reduced from 25 to 20. Siphon Bullets now grants +50% weapon damage. Phantom Strike now rounds any flying targets on impact. Interesting. Spirit items, Scavenger duration increased from 35 to 45. Mystic Burst now triggers on your base damage rather than much targets receive. Slowing Hex, during Spirit as a component. Now gains +10% Spirit Lifesteal, +75 bonus health. Spirit Power reduced from 5 to 4. No longer grants +1 Spirit. Damage reduced from 7 to 40. That's a pretty significant change to Slowing Hex. Withering Whip, bullet resist reduction from 14 to 11. Cooldown reduced from 22 to 18. Now deals 50 spirit power, or spirit damage, sorry. A good change. Decay now grants +1.5 HP regen. Decay now grants +8% ability duration. Healing reduction increased from -50 to -70. Bleed damage reduced from 3.1 to 1. Decay cooldown reduced from 45 to 33. Improved cooldown reduction reduced from 16% to 14. Spirit shield improved from 75 to 100. That's a significant change. Now grants +10% ammo. Okay. Superior cooldown now grants +15% ammo. Improved burst now triggers on your base damage. Max HP damage reduced from 9 to 8. Magic Carpet now grants +10% ability range. Pretty interesting. Now we got a ton of hero changes. So Abrams reverted melee attack speed. Shoulder charge can now again use left or right strafe to slightly change direction. Shoulder charge now carries momentum. Siphon life spirit scaling increased from 0.3 to 0.36. Infernal resilience damage regen reduced from 15 to 14. Regen duration increased from 18 to 20. Tier 3 reduced from +8% to +7%, and fix an issue. So it seems like a nerf and a buff again to Abrams, which I think is good, but I don't think this is gonna hugely impact him. But now Bebop, stick bomb damage gain per hero impact increased from 1% to 1.5. Damage gain per hero kill reduced from 5 to 4%. Change from disarm -30 to penalty for 5. Now it calculates its damage at detonation time rather than cast time. The bomb now has a 2-time cast range when used on allies. The hook damage reduced from 40 to 10. Damage now has spirit scaling of 2 times. Hyper beam now goes on a cooldown for 3 seconds when cancelled during precast. So pretty good. Dynamo now gains 1% bullet resist per boon. Quantum entanglement, sometimes not moving you, that's an issue, fix. Singularity now deals 1.5% max HP. Singularity tier 3 increased from 3.8 to 4. Singularity base DPS reduced from 60 to 45. So a nerf to Dynamo, it seems, but nothing too over the top or crazy. Great Talon base bullet damage reduced from 27 to 24. The bullet damage growth per boon increased from 1.4 to 1.26. Great Talon fall off range rescaled from 22 meters to 58 to 18 to 54. Range of arrow strafe distance with stamina reduced from 30%. Again, the charge shot hitbox size reduced by 20%. So a nerf to Great Talon, again nothing major. Haze Bullet Dance no longer hits 2 targets. Bullet Dance now grants plus 30% fire rate. Bullet Dance now allows it to use items during it, so you can pop Unstoppable while in it, and Vampiric Burst and Silencer. So a buff to her. Sleep Dagger tier 3 now causes targets to wake up with minus 40% fire rate. That's kind of crazy. Furnace Catalyst slow reduced from 40 to 35. Afterburn buildup per bullet / headshot reduced from 10% to 16. That's good. Ivy's Watcher Covenant fire rate spirit scaling increased from 0.2 to 0.3. Covenant bullet lifesteal spirit scaling increased from 0.2 to 0.3. So a buff to Ivy. For Lash, nothing super major was changed. Just fixed some random stuff. Again, as mini DPS reduced from 64, that's fine. Mini turrets health reduced from 20%, max HP to 15, so they nerfed her turrets. Mirage bullet size reduced from 6 to 5, tornado speed reduced from 20 meters to 18, tornado literation reduced from 1.1 to 1 second, fire scarabs tier 2 reduced from minus 15% bullet resist to minus 10. So a nerf to Mirage, nothing again over the top that completely gets rid of the character from the game, but something in the right direction. Paradox bullet velocity increased from 411 to 525. Time Wall no longer has charges. Time Wall no longer deals 10% max HP. Time Wall cooldown reduced from 37 seconds to 25. Paradox Time Wall tier 2 now deals 10% max health damage. Kinetic Carbine max damage amp increased from it. So a buff to Paradox. Pocket Barrage Spirit scaling increased from 0.4 to 0.5. Light melee damage increased from 63 to 75. So a minor buff to Pocket. Vindicta base bullet damage reduced from 15 to 13. Voltage damage growth per boon. Stake duration reduced. Crow familiar tick rate changed from 0.51. Starts at 25% power instead of 50. So a nerf and a buff to her. Her stake got buffed, while the other stuff got nerfed, which is fine. Viscous, the cube health regen now scales with spirit at 0.2. The Ghoul Ball dash ability moves from tier 3 to base ability. Okay. Ghoul Ball size now increases with range items. That's funny. Fix some hit detection. So this fixing Viscous, nothing too crazy. Warden now has +1 spirit. Bullet velocity increased from 213 to 290, so a buff. Cooldown if you die or the ability is interrupted while casting. So if you pop your ability, you die, it goes on cooldown. Less Than tier 3 no longer grants Unstoppable during channel, so you can be stopped. Less Than now grants plus 50% spirit resist during channel. That's a big change. Now, right, telekinesis cast time increased from 0.6 to 0.7. Damage reduced from... Again, her gun is not being affected, so she's still going to be a problem. Yamato's Shadow Transformation now affects the grapple time speed. Shadow duration increase. No longer prevents death. It's plus 16 spirit. Now heals for 30. So a buff to Yamato and a nerf at the same time. So overall, very good patch notes. Again, stuff are going in the right direction, although they missed a hint on some characters. That's to be expected. They can't do everything at once. But of course, if you found this video useful, or you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed yet, why not? It's completely free, and well, you're coming back anyways. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.